My content is for 13 and up or adult collectors of the product. Hello everyone! For this video, we're going to be trying to answer the question of who is the top 5 strongest bladers at the end of the Burst series, more specifically in the manga. And this is relating to the Big 5. Now the Big 5 is like the top 5 strongest bladers, right? So we're going to try to answer that question. Now, I want to give a huge thank you to Mo from the WBO for any help of translation and any assistance on the video. Greatly appreciated. Please support the WBO. Links in the description below. As well, please subscribe to the channel with bell notifications on. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And let's address a few things. The first one is that it was difficult to actually get the proper answer to this, and some have an answer. Some kinda do, and some don't at all. And this is where we get to the territory of headcanon. So the thing is, if it's not officially stated, what I can say is what it could possibly be, but then after I'll say that it's unknown. Because the headcanon territory is where I don't want to say it is, because it kind of gets to a lot of fanboys, whatever, for these characters, right? Like, if Volt's not number 1, if Ike is not number 2, you know what I mean? So I want to make sure that we're clear with the answers on this one. The other thing too is how we did this was basically looking at the Legend Blader rankings, which was introduced in Sparking. That was kind of kept in DB. The issue is with Marita, he doesn't really kind of give a proper update on it, so some things are kind of vague in a gray area, I would say. Anyways, to begin, starting us off in the 5th for the Legendary Blader ranking, 5th place, we have Louie. This was stated in the DB manga for the character profile, so we know for sure that he actually holds that place in the ranking. So we know that by the end of the series, he's in that spot. I also like to mention that the Bay that he owns at the end of the series is Guilty, Longinus, Karma, Metal Destroy 2. Then after, potentially for 4th, you have Frida La Jolla. Now, because it's not actually stated who's in 4th and later in 3rd, we don't actually know for sure. In the Sparking manga, his ranking was in the 4th spot, so it is safe to assume that he could have potentially had that spot, but that is headcanon. So we could just say for 4th, we don't really know for sure. He could be, but also could not be. That's why I want to make sure I'm clear with the whole headcanon thing, that we don't really know if he is or if he isn't. Also, the Bay ends off the series with is Banish, Fafnir, Tapered, Kick 3. Now, what could potentially be 3rd is Aiga. So, in the Sparking manga character profile for the bio, and also in the manga itself, I guess, also, he is in 3rd. Now, the thing is, similar to the Freeze situation, because DB does not state actually at the end who's in the top 5 or even 15, the complete 15, we don't really know for sure. So unfortunately, I cannot say for certain that he actually held that place. So similar to Free, he could be, but he also could not be. Also, he ends off the series owning the Bay of Infinite Achilles Dimension Dash 1B. Then after, for 2nd place in the 2nd spot Legendary Blader ranking, you have Shu. So Shu is stated in the DB manga profile that he actually is ranked 2nd. So it is actually very cool to see the Shu manage to get to 2nd strongest. I think that's really neat. The Bay ends off the series with is Astral Spriggan over Quattro Zero. Now, before we get to Vault, there is 2 issues with doing, actually not even 2, there are 3 issues with doing this ranking. And let's get started. So, Lane Valhalla, the thing is that in the Sparking manga, he does take Shu's ranking for the S rank and taking the number 2 spot, but Shu later on takes it back. We don't know if Lane is in 3rd or is in 4th, or if he's kicked out entirely and it's back to the original rankings that the Sparking had, but it is an actual issue. He is still probably a contender for the strongest. That's why I said for 3rd and 4th, it's going to get very difficult to actually see where he could be. He could possibly be, or he could not be. I think it's not too clear on how the rankings really work for how someone ranks out, or if someone loses, where do they go? As the series is ending off, Lane has Lucifer the End with co-drift for his final bay. You have Bell. So at the end of the DB manga, for a champion match against Volt, the title match against Volt, he does actually beat Volt at the end. But the thing is it's kind of left up to interpretation whether or not he's at the #1 spot, champion, whatever. It's not even stated at the end. They just cut immediately back to Volt afterwards. You could maybe say that Bell could be potentially in the #1 spot because of the passing the torch thing. We do not know for sure at the end if Bell is or if he isn't. At the very least, he should be actually considered. As the series ends, Bell has Dangerous Belial, All Might 2 as his final bay. Or you could also maybe factor in the gears and everything, but if you don't, then yeah. Then after, there's the curious case of Rashad. Now, with Rashad, he stated that the world ranking that is #1. Now, even if we assume this is supposed to be the legend ranking because it says in Volt's bio that he actually reclaims his title back from Rashad. So let's just say that it's the same thing and it just used a different wording. Either way, where does Rashad go? Does Rashad get kicked out of S entirely? Does he go 3rd? Does he go 4th? Does he kick out Shu's spot? We don't actually know this, and that's why it gets really frustrating because trying to figure out the slots, it's almost like it's such a hard thing to do. So Rashad, we don't know for certain. Rashad, at the end of the series, his final bay is Greatest Raphael over High Extend plus Dash. Now, as we get to the finale, #1 spot, or what maybe is #1 spot, Volt. It could be Volt, it could be Bell. Either way, Volt is probably #1. Or maybe it was Bell. Honestly, we can't really tell, but because of how the final battle was, I don't know for certain, especially with the champion, which I know the champion is, I think, the separate thing from the ranking. So the champion status, the ranking status, we don't know. We can just say probably it's Volt, I guess, to end off with. And his final bay was Ultimate Valkyrie, Legacy, Variable Dash 9. So, to just conclude, I thought this was very interesting. There were some things that were very difficult to try to figure out whether or not it was or it wasn't. I think for what we were able to do, I did enjoy this quite a bit. I thought it's so interesting just to say at the end of the series who is the strongest. Also, in the comments, if you want me to see me do a full video going over the rankings from A, S, and talking about all that stuff, I can. If the video gets past 130 comments and 1,400 likes, so probably not for a while, hopefully, I can do a full breakdown of it. Now, I want to give again a big thank you to Keo from the WBO, or Mo, for the assistance on any translation, and I did try to do this as non-biased as possible to answer for the characters. Even if I like some of the characters, I can't just say it's this or it's that. I don't want to get into the fanboy wars of I like this character, I like that character. I want to try to be close as possible to what it could be for this answer. And that's going to be it for this video. So I want to say thank you all for watching. Make sure to check out actually our ad for our store, and make sure to check out our store, which is an optional way to support the channel. Anyways, peace. Hey everyone, we are doing a limited giveaway for our customers who pre-ordered the Hello Kitty on our shop, and the ones who still want to pre-order, make sure to listen. So you automatically get in with your purchase of Kitty, and what we're giving, you can win with your purchase of one, or at least one, some got multiple. If you win, you can get one Hello Kitty, that includes the shipping along with the plushie. And you get a plushie of Hello Kitty that is legit authentic from Japan. So for the people who purchase, you're automatically entered into the thing, and for the people who want to get into it, so long as you pre-order before September 10th, which is the draw date, you have a chance. So best of luck to everyone. It's an authentic plushie of Hello Kitty. It's really nice, a good opportunity we want to give back to our support from our customers.